Okay, so it's March 30th. I have not done anything. I was busy, right? And but I have decided I'm still gonna do something. So here goes. I'm doing the books I read in 2021. I'm ranking them because why not? So many hand gestures. I am not knowing what I'm doing. None of this is scripted. Have fun. Okay, so I think all of this is in chronological order as how I read them in 2021. I am not 100% sure of that, but eh. So I'm gonna start off with Dune. Dune, like I read the book before I watched the movie. The movie I freaking love so much. Dune as a book is just like yes, like again, the best way to read Dune is to read it twice. There's just a lot of book in that book. Frank Herbert did Star Wars and sort of Game of Thrones in the 60s before both of those things, and it is just amazing to read. Like, there is so much lore in this book that you can unpack, and my favorite thing is that it was a book written in 1960s. It's inspired so much by Islamic lore, settings, and everything, and it is just so good. Like, if you like sci fi, this is the sci fi book, right? Like, it's one of those books. Dune is 100% like S tier, A tier. Like, yeah, it's S tier. Come on. Like Dune has to be S. Then I read Pride and Prejudice because why not? You know, like expand your horizons, read good literature and share high literature. I like Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice, I describe to someone as it's like a hum ka drama, like a very serialized drama, but just done so well that you just cannot stop reading it. It is the most low stakes thing I've read, I think, throughout all of this, and it's still the one of the ones I remember the most. Like it is just very well done. Jane Austen is just really good at what she does. That's it. That's it. That's the review of Pride and Prejudice. It's a very simple premise about women trying to get married, but just done really well. Pride and Prejudice is definitely A tier. An astronaut's guide to life on Earth. Okay, I think I took a lot from this book, and I love it because of that. It focuses on Chris Hadfield and like him going to space three freaking times. Amazing. And there's so much you can take from this book. Like there is literally so much, and it's such an enjoyable ride throughout. It is just so inspiring to read, and it's just freaking great. I definitely this is my 8 year book. Then I read Bram Stoker's Dracula. Again, high literature, high fantasy. Dracula in the first, like I think first chapters or like in the first part was just in so freaking effectively. I was legitimately terrified while I was restocking inventories in my shop. Like I was doing an audible listening to it, and it is just that good. And again, it is the definitive thing on like vampires. Like it is Dracula. It is just very fun to read. A really good fantasy book that has a good mystery throughout it, and it's Dracula. I don't know what else to say. That is just like Dracula. Dracula is definitely 80 again. I love books. Okay, it's hard, but okay. Aside from this, like I like Trickware, but for the love of me, I cannot tell you what this book was about. Like I remember enjoying reading it. I remember the author talked about them being on a reality TV show when they were 16 or something. I do not remember anything other than that. Like this book has left my mind. I have no clue what it was about. Like if I read the Wikipedia page for this book, I would genuinely be surprised. I would learn what this book was. Not to say it was a bad book. I think it was good because I enjoyed reading it, but it is nowhere in my head. This book. This is a solid like C. It is a good book. Just again, all of these books are great. I just it's like comparatively. Then was Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. Oh my god, this book is hilarious. It is traumatic. It is tragic. It is everything in between. It is fundamentally a book about a mom and her son and their relationship set to the backdrop of the apartheid in South Africa, and that's all you need to know. Like it's Trevor Noah, so he does comedy really well. Like stuck with me in a lot of different ways. There's a lot you can take away from this book. I like it. It's just a good book. It is solid. Can I place it in A? Is it A or is it B? It's B just because I feel An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth is the same type of book as this, but it does this better. But then I'm like, apartheid. Then this was the book, Culture and Imperialism. I literally just read as homework. I was like, I want to read something that's not narrative or fiction. I had a tough time getting through it. It's a very good book about if you actually want to learn about how colonialism impacts like art and everything. I like how it talks about how post-colonial countries often redefine their histories through colonialism, as like they forget what they were before they were colonized, and their entire history becomes this sort of reimagined, glorified version of the past which did not exist, and I can see that. Was it my favorite book? No. Let's see. Catch and Kill is a book that if you already feel that the world is a scary place, especially for women, there are people in power who will find the minutest way to take advantage of you. Ronan Farrow's Catch and Kill will take that anxiety from here to here. It scared the shit out of me. I have always believed that conspiracy theories, the reason I don't believe them is because I'm like, the truth always comes to light. Nobody can hide something for 40 plus years or something, right? Like, someone will say something about it, people will learn about it, it will come forward, right? And you read this and you're like, but does it? Like, powerful people can really have a huge influence. It's about Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too allegations, and it is effed up these people can be, and what the lengths they will go to, and how so many people just not saying anything can be so damaging for so many. A great book that will give you so much anxiety. I loved it. That's why I loved it. I love it. Yeah, I remember a lot from this book, so I'm gonna keep it. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Should I have loved it? Maybe. I loved John Green books when I was like 16. I should have read this when I was 16. That's what I'm saying. The issue with The Perks of Being a Wallflower is I like the end twist, and I think the more I've sat with it, the more I've appreciated it. It's just I do not like the main character. I think the main character is very whiny, and I know what the book is about, and it makes sense for him to be whiny. Like, if you like a sad boy book, I guess. I was like, yeah, Perks of Being a Wallflower is my only DTR because I didn't particularly enjoy it the whole way through. Again, it's not a bad book. There are parts of it which I like very much. The scene in which he says, going through that tunnel and like the music, just everything like that. There are a lot of scenes in that which I have visualized really well, even though I've never seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I should have said that in the first one. People are gonna hate me for this. I haven't seen the movie. I'm just criticizing the book. Don't come at me. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's a good book. Maybe that's not for me. The Song of Achilles. If you have a heart, this book will crawl into the depths of your heart and systematically tear down every fiber of it. It will hurt you. It will make you miserable. This book is soul crushing. I freaking love it. Song of Achilles. Perfectly clear. There should be an A plus here. Yeah, can I add something? I'm gonna add something. Cool. Now we have A plus. The Book Thief. The entire book is built on dramatic irony, and I like that as a storytelling technique. It's not a new thing it does, but I like that as a storytelling technique. Okay, so I think The Book Thief just has a really, really solid opening. Like, it hooks you in very well, and it builds off of that very well. It's B tier. I wish there was a B plus as well now, but yeah, it's sort of between A and B for me. Like, I read it, I liked it, but I like these much more than The Book Thief. Like, that's it. Just like it doesn't hasn't stayed with me in that same way. That's it. A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, absolute A tier. Like, cool concepts, but understanding how those cool concepts can be very silly and embracing that silliness, but having like just really cool ideas that you tackle really well. That's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's really cool questions that give you really dumb answers, and you love it for it because it does that's its job and it does that so well. It's Douglas Adams. I do not know what to say. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is just a really, really fun read. It's fun. It's capital FUN fun. That's it. And finally, the reason I actually made this video, no, I didn't, but like the S tier, Invincible, S tier. Invincible is the greatest comic you will ever read. Come at me. Those 100 and something issues that I have read throughout February, I will not forget them. I literally remember having an assignment due in like hours and being like, let me take 15 minutes out to read one or two more issues. I was that hooked. Invincible is genuinely, sorry, these are books and this might be a graphic novel. I don't give a shit. Read Invincible. Invincible is amazing. The main character has it's not one arc, he has multiple arcs. He never regresses, right? There's no, because it's 100 issues and that's it. The story ends. There's no Invincible part 2. There's no reset of the universe. It ends. And there are moments in this comic where I was just shook it. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm saying it's damn near close to that, right? It is a superhero love letter that understands that superheroes can be for everyone and their tales can grow out and be for more mature audiences, and it does them really well. That's it. Yeah. So that's my list. I think I'm happy with this. I don't know. I'm glad I did it. I'm still, if I can post this till tomorrow, if I can post this and edit this and everything in 24 hours, wow, me. I'm not gonna be able to do that. I don't know, maybe I am. But yeah, so this was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you stick around for this long? You did not, did you? Anyways, I did March. I hope I did March. So I hope I can do something better for April now. Yay! I'll maybe do a Marvel theory. I want to do a Marvel theory. See you. Bye. Allah Hafiz.